Hi, this is Wuxian. Welcome to our fifth episode of the Climax podcast. And today we're joined by the Night Shadow and Sun.
How's it going?
And we'll start out with card of the day as always. And since Reizayaki isn't here, the Night Shadow will cover the reading of card effects.
Okay. All of our cards are from the Project Diva F second set. First card is Kaito, Rosa Blue. It's a level 0, cost 0, 500 power card with the Music and Rose trait. It gives assist 500 to characters in front. And when Cantarella Grace Edition is placed in your Climax zone, you may pay the cost, which is 1. If you do, select one of your characters, and it gains 2,000 power until the end of the opponent's next turn. The second card that goes with this is Hatsune Miku, Rosa Bianca. It's a level 1, cost 0, 4,000 power. Again, with the traits Music and Rose. If you have 5 or more cards in your hand, this card becomes a 106k. And when this card reverses an opponent's character in battle, if the Climax is in the Climax zone, Cantarella Grace Edition, you can draw a card. I know I suggested in a previous episode that I wanted good level 1 blue. Is this it?
Pretty good, actually.
I think it's terrible.
From what?
Well, you have to think of it this way. The Climax combo itself requires, 3 cards, I know, but the Climax is a pants, right? The problem is that can you really maintain 5 cards in your hand, but the time you hit level 1?
Usually, see, level 1 is the time when you usually, ditch everything in your hand to put your entire full field.
I'm actually gonna say you can, because I built a Log Horizon deck that actually...
That's Log Horizon. We're talking about Project Diva here.
Okay, Project Diva, it has the level 0 blue from the first set that gave the level, and...
You can ride that really until level 1. It's really simple. The only problem is that you usually typically use global 500s at the back, and you'll have to use either the Kaito or just go without the 2k in order to reverse a character.
Yeah. No, you can get Bad Boy Lin.
Really? Kagamine Len Bad Boy? Why do you want him?
No, you can have him at level 0. If you assume him, you have 2 of him in the back row. I remember he gives global 500 on an opponent's turn, and he can sack himself to save. And we have 2 of that, and 1 the Miku Solitude or whatever.
No, but that doesn't solve the problem of having not enough hand size.
I know, but that's your level 0 game. You basically won't be playing anything afterwards. You just clock, keep your hand, continue.
The only easy way to keep your hand is if you get into level 1 before your draw phase with 7 cards in hand. The only way you're going to do that is by only playing 1 character. That's 3 characters, not 1.
Oh wait, yeah.
Yeah. Busan, what's your thoughts on why this card is bad?
Well, forget Kaito. I honestly think Kaito's just straight up bad unless you actually want to play the pass trigger for some reason. As for Rosa Blanca, the fact that she needs 5 or more cards in her hand just to get over vanilla power makes it kind of lackluster. Of course, the fact that you could, if it does reverse a card, you could draw a card. That still requires a Climax, and they can counter that you just lost 1 for no reason.
Yeah, and then as we saw, there's the level 1 Suicider from last week that, it goes to stock when you play a Climax. Well, this kind of requires to reverse an opponent, and you're only 6k. 7k with the Climax. It's not really good.
Yeah, not that high. And how about Kaito? Because we didn't really talk about
if you have Kaito at the back, the Miku becomes a 9/5 for 1 cost, which is all right, and that's a best case scenario. Let's just say that it's better than the level 1s we have right now, and that's saying something.
Yeah, it's better than before, but...
I'm talking about level 1 blue, I mean.
Yeah, I know. Mono blue.
Blue is still terrible.
I know. In order for blue to be good, it has to get better level 1s. Like Time Machine level or just slightly below Time Machine level.
So moving on.
Yep. Our next card is Megurine Luka, Witch Girl style. This has character encore and pay 1 brainstorm for every Climax you hit. Give a character 2k.
My question is, do they have a brainstorm that's already spammable?
Yes.
I want to say yes, but it's not run.
What does it do?
It's the same effect, but it's in yellow.
Oh, well, okay. Does it have any other effect on it?
No.
Okay, how much power does that card have
I think it's 2k. It's Kagamine Len, brainstorm.
Yeah, 2k.
Then this one's better.
Yeah. This one's better than that one, but I think I'd still stick with the draw brainstorm.
Yeah, well, and you can spam the draw and ditch one with pay 1.
I don't really use that unless I need to ditch a Climax.
I know, but I'm just saying you can.
But that's a personal playstyle thing. Yeah, I think this would be an upgrade to those that were splashing yellow just for the Kagamine Len, whichever prefer, the brainstorm. Because this is the exact same effect, but in a color that matters and has character encore, so you can actually send it out first turn and suicide into a Suicider.
Yeah.
Anything else to add?
Nope.
Well, it's pretty basic.
Yeah, fair enough. Next card, Mako Original, F2nd version. Level 3, cost 2, 10,000 power. Has a music trait. If you have 3 or more other music characters, this gets 1,000 power. During your turn, when this card reverses an opponent character in battle, you can pay 1, and if you do, select any level 2 or lower character in the front row of your opponents and put it on top of their deck. And you can activate this ability by paying 1. During this turn, this card gets 1000 power in the following ability. When it reverses a character, top deck it.
So good. All those top decking.
All that top decking. You have to remember
Is this
the third effect actually happens during the main phase and not during the battle.
Yes, that's why it's an activated ability. I don't quite remember that third effect ever being on a level 3 before. Have you?
Level 3?
Mostly
seen-
on attack.
No,
right?
I've seen that
No, I've seen one before.
as an activated ability.
Active ability, yes.
Oh, which one?
Iron Master.
Oh, right. You're set. Okay.
But the only difference is this one's so much easier to pay out.
Why is that one 2 or something?
No, the one for Iron Master requires an event in the memory. You had to send that event out of memory to give it the effect.
Isn't that Promise?
No,
Oh no, the wrong one. No, something else. Okay.
it's present.
Present. Thank you. I meant to say that, but I said the wrong one. I like the combination of effects. Still, the whole 3K. I mean, the whole 3 or more music characters that gets 1K is kind of lackluster. 11K at level 3 is not exactly the greatest power. At least it has an option to boost power by paying 1.
But 12k, really?
Well, you can spam that multiple times, right? It's an activated
Yeah.
ability. So you can get over what you feel like they don't have a counter for or whatever, depending on the series. That's a lot of stock, though, but you do get the top deck 2 things.
Yeah, and I like the second effect because it's not a climax combo. It's during your turn.
Yeah.
So, if it lives, just keep doing it if you want.
It'd be so good if this was on both turns.
No, you need the other. You need the other Mako for that. Or was it Luca? I don't remember.
We'll get to that card. We'll get to the other level.
No,
three
no. That's the. I'm talking about I'm talking one in the original set.
Oh, in the original set, there wasn't a level 3 Mako, but there was a level 3 Kaito and Mako.
I don't know. It's a red card.
Oh, yeah. Kaito
Oh, the level 3 Luca. Okay, from the first set.
Yeah, that one.
Okay. I think I think this is something I'd have to play test. I like Mako and Luca a lot more than I like Miku, so I'm more likely to play this.
Guess we'll move on then.
Sure. Oh, yay, another Mako card. So this one is Mako Scarlet. It's level 0, cost 0, 2500 power, with the traits of music and dress. At the beginning of your climax phase, if this is the only character on your field, you can discard a card and put this card in the waiting room to select any level 1 or lower character with Mako, capital letters, or Mako, lowercase, in the card name from your waiting room and place it where this was.
This is a good card.
Oh my goodness. I think I spent last week talking about the 117k Mako Clock Encore a lot and how good it was and how it would replace the Luca 117k Hand Encore. Well, this is a way to get it out turn 1. This is so sick.
Doesn't even cost you a stock.
Yeah, it doesn't cost stock either. And you can just discard the 1/1 if you don't have it. It's like so sick.
If you have to think about it as a climax phase change, this is even better than normal climax phase change.
Yeah,
Yeah, it
because
is.
All climax phase change usually requires you to discard a card anyways.
yeah.
The fact that this one makes you do it anyways doesn't really change the fact that it's still changing in climax phase.
And if you can choose any of the Makos, including the level 1 Suicider from last week, which was honestly not bad.
No man, no. This is what you do. You send a card from your hand, send that to the waiting room, then pull that card back on the field, do it again, and then do it again for some dumbass reason. Of course you can't because you already missed the timing.
Yeah, you can't really do that twice in a row. Has to be at the beginning of the climax phase, and you have to prime the effect. So yeah, Weiss is one of those games where you have to prime the effect before you trigger it.
Wouldn't know why you want to do that anyways.
Yeah. Probably, if that was legal, you'd probably just want to discard 2 climaxes. Yeah, good card, goes with the 117k Clock Encore. If you're not running that card, don't run this card. Simple.
Unless they release something.
Well, so far, I mean, I'm pretty sure we've seen all the good Makos. Now the rest are just going to be vanillas or something like that. Alright, next card. Hatsune Miku, Obid. Level 2, cost 1, 7000 power, and with the traits Music and Dress. For every other music character, this card gets 500 power on your field. When this card attacks, if Speak, 39's Giving Day Edition is in the Climax Zone, you can choose a music character in your waiting room and put it into your stock, then give one of your music characters 2500 power for the turn.
Meh.
This is not helping.
Really? Time Machine. I'm just gonna say, I'm gonna straight up take Time Machine.
Well, yeah, because the Climax is a 2k1 here, and Time Machine's Climax combo is better.
Yeah, it's much better. But it's a PR, so some people don't have it. Sadly.
It was a shop promo, though.
It's a shop promo, man. Have you not seen how many has been circulating around?
Oh yeah, true.
Like,
but,
I I have like 9 spare.
I got 45 spares worth of that card. You guys, if any of you guys want to buy one, I'll totally sell it. All 45 for like I don't know, $100.
You need 5 more. Man.
That's actually not too bad of a deal. They're just slightly above $2 per piece. Not bad. But there's been a meme going around regarding the set that Bushiroad hates Miku. This is not helping.
They made Miku too strong in the first set, and you're like, oh, now we have to make her worse. So you're trying to dumb her down and make all the other characters better.
It more feels like that Miku is getting all the fair effects, and everybody else is getting all the hey, we want to be better because everybody else sucked in a way, in their own way. Like the level 3 Rin, yes, it healed, but it kicks characters to stock all day. It's like yay, for example.
Well, at least now we know that Bushiroad has it balanced.
I'm gonna guess that they weren't listening to too much Miku music this time around. All right, so next we have. This card I didn't think we were actually gonna get. I didn't think we were actually gonna get a level 3 Kaito. Kaito version 3. Level 3 costs 10,000 power. Only trade is music. When it comes into play, as a result of change or from your hand, you can heal 1. And when this card attacks, you can pay 1 and ditch 1 to give a music character 3,500 power until the end of the opponent's turn. I think just being a healer makes it. Hey, there's an actual playable blue level 3.
There's no way you use the second effect.
Yeah, I think there is. If you have too many climaxes in hand.
Oh, okay, fine. But any other case, would you actually use it?
If they get something like Nico from Love Life, where on both turns you can kick the clock, I would definitely do that in a heartbeat. But obviously, she's not in this set, and nothing has been revealed of that sort, so I guess not.
Well, it's good enough to heal, so...
Yeah, that's true.
And it has a changer.
Yes, and this changer is kind of interesting. Level 2 cost 1, Kaito original, F2nd version. Power really doesn't matter because it's a changer. It's a pay 2 change, discard 1 and send this card to winning room, and it's a climax phase change. But you get to bring over the Kaito and Meiko original from the first set, or this Kaito version 3.
I honestly forgot what the original one did.
During your opponent's this is a 9,500 base. During your opponent's turn gets 2k. When this attacks, reveal top card of your deck. If it's a music character, goes to your hand.
I thought I had 30. Actually, no, wait, never mind.
That's the effect, if I recall correctly. That's the thing.
Yeah. I know the second effect. I just keep thinking it's that one. It's probably not. Never mind.
That was the card.
Yeah.
Is there a reason you would go into the Kaito Meiko card? Unless you really wanted to trigger some Meiko stuff.
You want to get hand size. That plus 1 hand size.
Yay.
Yeah, then it gets smashed. Then it gets smashed next turn.
Yeah. You know.
Still makes you feel bad. It's like, all right, time to reveal the card and add it to my. Oh, it's a climax.
Well, if you have both, you can pay 1, ditch 1.
Yay!
Oh, yay!
Great job.
It's really
No,
bad.
I would not run this change.
I just like to run change for the heal, but since it doesn't gain power, so.
Well, the reason I say that is because like it's an early change into a character that doesn't really have a way to protect itself unless you really want to discard an additional card and the stock that you just used. In essence, like I don't. I'm more likely to just play the level 3 on its own. I've never been a big fan of changes, and this is not helping.
You know, it'll be nice as a 2-1 beater if it was not 75.
Well, but change itself costs 1,000.
No, it doesn't.
Oh, what?
Because climax phase changes only usually cost 500 on a 2-1.
I've never seen a 2-1 8k changer in the newer sets.
I have.
What? Really?
How new we're talking about here? Because literally every item has to change that's a 2-1 or 8Ks.
Okay. So I'm going to assume then that it's because it changes into 2 different cards at 7,500.
That's what I'm assuming too. That it could change it 2 different cards. That's make it more power than it should.
Oh, then I guess it would be treated as 2 different types of change, just like the Honokoff that changes into the 2/2 or the.
That's 2 different activations.
That's right, but that's because they have 2 different costs. This one has the same cost for both of the cards, but I think they have the same power, right? 7,500. Yeah. Okay. So that makes sense then. Okay. So then it's because this is a double change effect in one, essentially. Okay, never mind. All right, Kagamine Rin Reactor. Level 2 costs 7,500 power. It's a music trait. When it's placed on stage, during this turn, this card gets X times the number of music characters times 500 for the power. This counts itself when it's played, just as a ruling. When Meltdown is played in the climax zone, you may pay 1 if this is in the front row. If you do, choose one of your opponent's level 2 or lower characters and stalk it, then send this card to memory at the beginning of your encore phase.
Not good.
Sad face. I really wanted a playable Rin card.
Art is good, but other than that, it's bad.
The only thing I can see this being used for is in a Soul Rush deck. where you're going to suicide your characters anyways, and so this will at least help with compression. And you're running stock 1 soul ones, which give you stock to encore characters instead of just the typical +2 soul. And no,
You still want to run it.
I don't want to run it.
You'll probably just use it as a beater card.
It will be actually probably be used as a folder filler, and that's it. Hey, look at the shiny Rin card, and that's it.
Sounds about right.
Well,
It's double R.
like I think this is like slightly smaller than the Kantai set. I mean, like, this is a double R plus set after all. So there's gonna bound to be some duds, even in the double Rs, because this is a double R.
I still probably still use it as a beater if there's nothing else.
Well, I like the level 2s from the first set better so far.
I know.
Yeah.
just saying.
Why would you run this, right? Unless you don't have any other card.
One cost 10k beater.
10K.
That's true. I mean, like if you put it
yeah.
like that, but I mean, like you have the option already for an 11.5 at level 2. So
I know that, but I'm just saying.
yeah, I guess. All right, this combo. So this is a 4-card combo. First card is the Kagamine Rin Sunflower. And if this has a marker underneath it, it becomes 9/5, level 1, cost 0. Otherwise, it's a 4,500. Traits are music and weapon. I don't see the weapon.
Don't worry about it. Keep going.
All right. Second card, Hatsune Miku, Moonlight Swallowtail. Again, 4,500 power, level 1, cost 0, music and weapon. When this card attacks, you can choose a music character and give it 1,000. And when this goes to the waiting room from the stage, select one of your Kagamine Rin Sunflower, and you may place this card underneath that card as a marker. It does say on the card, though, that you... oh, no, it doesn't, right. This does not say that it has to have no markers underneath it, but multiple markers doesn't actually add to the power. It will, as long as there's one or more markers, essentially, the Kagamine Rin gets 5k. Third card, Kagamine Len, Ayasaki. When this card attacks, you can send the Hatsune Miku Moonlight Swallowtail on the stage and send it to the waiting room to give this card 3,500 power and 1 soul. This is a 5k base, level 1, cost 0. And you can search for all 3 with the event. It's a level 1, cost 3, called Knife. I guess that's a weapon then. Search for all 3 of those cards, and it's up to, so you can fail to find on some of them. Show them to your opponent and add them to your hand, then discard a card. Then shuffle your library.
At least that's a +1.
Yeah, plus. No.
I saw in another translation this card went to memory. Does this card go to memory?
Nope, it does not. It
Okay.
does not say
Okay.
go to.
Alright, so this does not go to memory. Alright. Yeah, this combo. I don't think I'm gonna run the Ayasaki if I were to run this. Like, this is definitely a budget build, like C, C, and C. Yeah, they're all commons. But I like the fact that they're giving budget players a little chance to shine here.
And it's blue.
It's actually a sort of playable blue budget build.
Essentially, for this combo, you only need Rin and Miku
Yeah, I don't see the point of the Len.
to make it happen faster.
Oh no.
Well, yeah, that's only if supposedly you can't crash the Miku and you need to send it there.
No, that's not what I mean. If you had something faster, then you have a way to reach faster.
That's true. Barring the case, you can just play over Miku if you really needed to go super fast.
Yep, it's a minus, but you know, I mean, I'm pretty sure you'll be able to crash it. It's 4/5.
You just have to hit level 1 second. That's all.
Yeah, it's not that hard. So you want to run the other one.
And I think the interesting
But then-
thing is that
yeah.
that level +1 level support from before, that makes it so that this Kagamine Rinsu marker card can't be level 1 suicided, though it can still be cost 0 suicided. So there is props for that rare support from last week.
Double rare, right?
No, oh yeah, you're right, double rare, right.
Double rare.
Yeah, so there is at least a little bit of hope for that card with this combo. Ringing Forever Hatsune Miku. Oh, this card! Oh yes, they temporarily stopped the whole Bushiroad hates Miku. The good double R+. Level 3 cost 2, 10,000 power, the music trait. When it's displaced from hand to stage, you can discard a card, and when this card reverses an opponent in battle, if you paid the cost, you send a character to clock.
Yeah.
Yep.
Climax combo with a 2k1. If it's placed on this Climax zone and is in the front row, you can pay 1. So search your library for 1 music character, put it on stage, and until the end of your opponent's next turn, this card gets 1,500 power.
Broken. So broken.
Okay, so
to say.
I like the fact that this almost nearly obsolete Sadistic Music Factory.
Almost.
Yeah, I say almost because
Almost.
there's a few things that's it does well.
You mean pay 1 to play anything?
No, not that. See that combo I don't like as much.
It's a +1 to get the combos like 2k1 soul.
Oh
Pay
no.
1 soul, and then you can play anything. You can play level 3. You can play like second.
Well, you play a second one of that, you won't get the first effect. First
Okay,
effect.
well, Luke, yeah, never mind. You'll play like a healer or something. I don't know.
It's not like you're
You play sadistic.
But this is Miku we're talking about. It's not like you suffer
Oh, yeah.
cards in hand at level 3. Like, you don't really need to plus any more than you already do, right? In my opinion, now I'm just going to be running a whole bunch of worlds and dance halls now and putting the level 2 Lucas in front so I can just shot for 1 while I'm kicking something to clock. That's what I'm going to be doing. Or maybe double lariating with a card coming up. But seriously, I don't see the point of package because there's other Climax combos that I could be using at level 3 that would be much better at closing out the game for me. Because Miku never really runs out of cards if you're playing it correctly.
Or you just never run out of time machine, or never run out of time machine.
I think Miku doesn't have any good level 2s. The
Any
first
good level
set,
2s?
First set.
It doesn't.
Yeah, of course not.
Of course not.
Which
Yeah,
is
yeah.
why.
When Japanese builds are running 1,000 assists, you know there's something wrong. Heck, they're playing the trial deck card. Like,
I don't.
Level two
That's
something
why I
else.
say this card may be good. Because then, if you have a really bad level 2,
Oh, no,
your
this-
hand size will be.
this card is good no matter what because of the first effect. The second
Yeah.
effect is really variable on the state of the game, how the game went up to that point. I'm not a big fan, but it definitely has its uses.
So Miku wall, man. Miku level 3 wall.
Miku. Oh yeah, doesn't this
Combos with the previous.
combos with the 3/9 event, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Sick.
Not really.
No, I mean, like you can side attack the level 1 in front of you just to deal 1 damage, and then you can front it for 1 damage to kick at the clock as well. So you spread out your damage thinner.
Problem is what if that 1 damage never canceled? It just took the hit.
That's
Oh.
true. That's true.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, I keep forgetting that you still have to cancel
Cancel.
the stack.
Cancel
Which
things.
is, there are some things that I think it goes better with the World's End Dance Hall. Here we go. Here's the double Lariat card. Megarine Luca, original F2nd. This is the red double R+. Level 3 cost 2, 10,000 power. When it comes into play, from your hand, you can heal 1. And you can use this ability only once per turn. When this card reverses an opposing character, if double Lariat's in the Climax zone, it's a comeback trigger. You can pay 1. If you do, stand this card loses 4 soul and gains the following ability. When this card attacks, you can select a character in the opponent's back row and and declare an attack as if it was a front attack on that character.
I don't think it's that useful besides being a healer.
Sorry?
I don't think it's that useful besides being a healer.
You don't think that
I mean-
the double Lariat would actually be seeing use?
No, if you think of it this way, it may be a double attacker. But it does cost you stock to restand it, and you lose 4 soul, which is with the Climax combo. That's a -1 as we don't trigger anything.
My thoughts on this is that this is run in the decks that still run Time Machine because you'll have those moments at level 3, like 1 out of every 2 games. It feels like where you'll trigger Time Machine. It's like, oh, I didn't want to hit that +2 soul. Well, here you want to hit that +2 soul. You know what I mean?
Or you can just play World Dance. What's it
Well, yeah,
called?
I know. I just said that a little while ago, but I feel like this effect would be best used with climaxes that don't have a trigger. I mean, a special trigger.
My combo with no trigger. Oh, jeez.
Yeah, it's like,
I still don't think it's worth. It may be a double attacker, but the fact is the second attack doesn't actually do any damage. So
And also other than sorry.
you do get the stock back for the double attack, so there is that part. And if you there's no point in not doing it if you triggered a climax. But then again, would you actually run this card is the question. Would you run that climax? And I guess World's End Dance Hall wins.
No, but the second effect, like even though you're at level 3, I don't really think you want to kill the back row. Because I mean, it's end game, it's late game, it's gonna end. I don't think killing the back row really is worth.
yes, it's worth it it's worth it if the backer is Shiro, but that's about it.
Yeah,
Not just Shiro. I think if there are still any remaining Bake decks that run the Tsubasa level 3 back row,
Oh.
there's
Yeah.
that too. And then anything, and then if they're running out of cards and they're putting their back row into the front row, but they left 1 in the back row, you probably want to kill that. I mean, there are niche situations that it's useful.
but most of the time it's not useful, so I don't think it's a good card.
I'd still do it, but that's because I like to play the plus soul game. Is that it for the cards?
That's it.
Wow.
I guess I'll answer one few of the questions. I guess I'll go with the questions. Shori Slenwood, he writes.
Short Essilin. Short Essilin. Yeah.
Sure. Okay, sure. Esselin Wood, he was commenting on the Miku level assist double R.
Uh-huh.
He was saying, in our previous podcast, we were saying how it's not that good. Well, majority of it said it's not good. But he says it has no caustic traits, which I don't really get. And he says he's comparing it with the Kill Inumata, the Sao, Keiko Ayano, and Devil Summoner. But he's saying how, like, I assume he's saying how you tap 2 to top deck check compared to the other three cards mentioned that you can't.
Well, no, but see, it's not a matter of whether they're level 1, cost 1, or whatever sort of thing. The cost only determines how much base power the assist has. That's really it. Like, if you look at the 1-0s, they're much weaker than the 1-1s. The extra cost doesn't necessarily mean that they get that effect only because of the cost. Now, if it was something like a cost 1 Suicider, that is extremely because of the cost. But something that gives +1 level is definitely not because of the cost. Now, as for the added effects, I think we discussed this last week, but because of the added effect, it's bumped up a rarity. So when you look at Animuta, his effect was that
pay 2 ditch. When you play, you pay 2.
When you play him, pay 2 ditch. Pay 2 to draw 2, discard 1, right?
Yeah, draw 2.
Yeah, that's typically an uncommon effect if that's the only thing that the card does at level 1. It's an uncommon, and because of the assist rarity, that bumped it up to rare.
And top deck check is spam. The Miku one is spammable, so that's why it's a double R compared to
Spammable? It's not spammable at all. You still have to tap too.
Yeah, you still have to tap too.
What I meant by, like, it's not a one-time thing.
But that effect is normally on the rares. It's just a rarity bump. That's really all it is. Keiko's ability, if I recall correctly, was pay one, take a damage to salvage Avatar Net.
Yes.
When it goes from this field to the waiting room.
No. Oh wait, yeah, it does.
No,
yeah,
it's not salvage. It's search.
Search?
Search your deck for net or avatar.
Or dragon.
Or dragon.
Or dragon, yes. And the Sensei one is on play check top and put top or bottom.
And the reason that one is common is because that's in an extra booster, so we can't really use that rarity as a sort of thing. In that extra booster, there weren't the double R, uncommon, common, that sort of thing yet. So it's just commons and rare, so we can't use the rarity of that one as a basis.
I know. And so
second part of the question?
Yeah, second part of the question. He's asking about in standard. I don't know if he means like the format standard or like
no,
general
standard.
Standard Schwarz format. So does it mean the standard format period, or does it mean the Schwarz side?
Schwarz side.
Okay.
It probably means Schwarz side.
Yes.
Would you guys see any use for the 2D Dream Fever event?
Which is if you have 22 cards or less in your deck, you can shuffle for free. You can refresh for free.
No, not refresh. You leave the top. You leave the bottom card left in the deck.
Bottom, yeah, that one.
I still think that card is good enough as a please mail everything away from Climax.
Oh yeah, it's definitely like that. It's like an emergency if need be. If you were going Schwarz set,
But it's because it's an event. That means you can go with any deck technically. Anything that uses green.
Yeah. I typically play Weiss sets, so I'm not 100% familiar with the Schwarz sets. I want to say that there's a few effects in Fate and one in King of Fighters that matters.
It matters. It matters if you play Phantom.
But Phantom's red-blue, isn't it?
Exactly. Have you not seen the Ian card requires two of the same copies inside the waiting room?
But you can't play this because it's green.
That's fine. It's standard.
Oh yeah.
Standard.
Sorry. I got lost for a second. Yeah, continue.
I guess even if
you look at it standard wise, that means you'll probably be playing a Schwarz size weapon deck.
Oh yeah.
Or maybe just a solo weapon deck.
You probably just run one of, anyways. So.
I can also see a green-red royalty deck working in Schwarz side.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, there's not a lot of effects that will really work. Now, if we're including Weiss sets in this, if it's not just the Schwarz side, I think we have quite a number of D-levelers. If you have 5 cards or less in deck, or if you have 3 of a certain Climax in the waiting room.
Yeah.
That also applies to the Schwarz sides too, you know.
The 3 Climaxes in the waiting room?
Climaxes? Yeah, it's called Kill la Kill.
Oh, Kill la Kill got it.
Oh,
right.
yeah,
They got
Satsuki.
it. But at level 1?
Level 1? Who the
Yeah.
hell cares?
No, no. I mean, I thought in Weiss there's some level 1 to 2 changes that require like climaxes in the waiting room or 5 cards left in the deck.
What is this? What is this card?
I never heard of that card before.
Yeah, I never heard of this. What is this? Like a unicorn or something. But yeah.
I'm rusty.
No, even okay. That's whatever. You only run one of it anyways.
Yeah, it's not a card that you want to run more than really one because, or if you're really scared about really wanting to get that card too,
This is what you do, right? This is what you do. You play a regular level 0 green card, play level up, just get smacked for a couple turns, play that card, and then you'll be fine.
You're making it sound like you're making the ultimate kill yourself deck in one turn. Like you play level up, you clock a green card, you play level up, you get to level 1.
You don't even need a green clock for that card. You just need a green character on the field.
Yeah. And then you play Wingslayer, level
Go ahead.
yourself up again.
Yeah, do it. Keep doing it. Yep, keep doing it.
And then you just do that, multiple times, and you kill yourself on the first turn. Great game.
Yep. So, guess all upcoming releases, same as always.
The Gigan
Gigante shooters on pre-order.
Yeah. Do you have the release date on that?
I think.
Yeah.
I didn't check because I didn't really care.
October.
Sometime. But I don't know if anyone's. I don't think anyone's gonna buy it, honestly. And
people said that about Crayon Shinchan.
That's different.
No one bought it, I think.
No, Crayon.
What do you mean nobody bought it?
There's tons of people who bought it.
Not many.
Yeah.
Right?
What? No, it's just our locals are.
Oh no. There are a few people that have it, but they're waiting for a few cards to finish their decks. Like Robbie, I know, has one or is able to get one, but he's waiting on a couple of cards.
Okay. I'm just basing it on locals.
There's a couple of people in Richmond who has it.
As expected. It's like I think they have the majority of the series between all members of them.
Yeah,
that's a joke, right?
They probably have almost everything.
That's also a joke, right?
No, I was being half serious.
Oh, well, then you'll be quite disappointed in that sense then.
Yeah, well, I mean, like, they typically try to run the sets, but that's we're getting off topic. We're still.
So okay, I'm gonna end it here. So if you have any questions, as before, leave comments down. Email my inbox, YouTube inbox. Rate, comment, subscribe, and see you next time.